I can get part of the city hall.
Okay, what's happening?
My name is Minister Monique. I'm in the movement. I'm at the Berkeley movement, Power to the People. And I've been in Oakland. What's happening is these are some of my church family, and they've been having their tent up. They moved our tents and took a lot of our stuff away, taking a lot of our temples down when we were down here bringing encouragement. So what's happening today is yesterday we fought for a teepee to be put up by one of the wolf tribes from the Montana tribe from the Blackfeet, Power to the People. And under there you'll see the display of the teepee. We fought long and hard for the permit. I did assure the sister to make sure they were in on that, and they should legally be in on that. But yet they got a 1-day permit yesterday, and we got a 3-day permit for the teepee. But this is just as sacred, and it's not fair. So they're asking her to either take the teepee down, but she's going to put the rest of the sacred pieces back up after she fights with and debates with getting a longer stay here.
So you need a permit, and they've kind of revoked the permit?
For a couple of more days, because they're letting them do theirs every day for 3 days until 10 o'clock. And she should be able to do the same because it's a sacred environment. It's not against the Constitution and the First Amendment. We know our rights, but again, we got to do it legally with permits. So what's happening is she gets to keep it without the canopy right now.
Oh, I see. So there's no canopy allowed?
Not at this time, because it's on a
Is that a legal requirement or something? Or
not necessarily, because it's set up as a sacred temple. It should not be tampered with. But because there's some bylaws, because this is a public ground, it is a place of business, and it is a structure and a park facility. Apparently, you know, it's kind of almost like to them, almost like littering, but it's not. So I think you guys should know. Power to the People, say something.
Okay, and what's the next step? You're going to go...
The next step, she's going to go talk to the council. Yesterday we had a council meeting at 5:30. I suggest we continue to do that. I did let her know and be aware of her rights, that they were taking canopies down. So we have to take proper structure to keep that from happening. However, they gave her a citation, and if she took the citation, it should be going against what she believes as well. So power to the people, she's staying just without the canopy.
Okay, great, thanks.
Thank you, God bless. Thank you. I hope you do actually do that.
Sure, it's easy enough to post stuff to YouTube.
Yes. I mean, it's not that they're being bad or anything.
Yeah, they're just kind of doing
well, they don't even know all the bylaws either. And it's good for when they come out and tell the people, Juan and her people, what they should do. They should have backups to show where there's proof of that. And it's still discrimination because they're allowing them to do it for 2 more days. However, they're not prolonging her.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that was wrong because this is a faith that we all may not go by, but it's a faith that our Lord Jesus Christ goes by.
So it's kind of like a vigil. You're doing a vigil, and you feel like you should have a space for doing a vigil.
Yes, sir. Exactly, precisely.
And I guess it's kind of like the definition of what a vigil is, and kind of.
And it's not pointing at who's doing what. And all that. They're doing their part. We're doing ours. That's all.
Yeah.
So I think when they come at us, though, not the police, but the people that are in the council should have more verification of why they're doing the things they're doing. And don't discriminate on giving certain people a teepee for 2 or 3 days, and then not come over here and give the fake temple 2 or 3 days. What's the difference between a teepee and a canopy? They both stand for something.
Yeah.
Keep the people encouraged, you know, not discouraged.
So, okay.
But don't blame the po-po either.
Yeah, they're just doing their jobs, and they have to.
A little tired of that.
Yeah, you want to hear all the voices.
Yeah, all
like everybody's voice.
But all of them are not the same. They're not all in the same. They may be in the system, but not all of them believe in the whole system.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, great, thank you.
Would you like to say anything, Sri, about
I'm not sure. You're an attorney?
Yeah.
Can you help me down here also? Explain this to this folks, because they said that part of your appointment was down here. Just so you know, that's what they advise.
Without the bill, that I'm part of it.
That they are part of your permit. The canopy down there. So if you're not, then you're not. But they said that you apply for a permit for them. That's what they said this morning.
I am planning on it.
So we're gonna go talk to them also. That canopy. Explain the process to them.
ahead and do that.
Wait, to what?
Thanks, here.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I'm going to go ahead and record this conversation,
Okay.
And normally, if you want to go and make a complaint, we do it one-on-one. Okay? So,
Okay. Well, they're talking to Sri right now. I'm going to listen in. So I'll
that's why
see
he's
what
out
we
here
get here.
today.
Okay, so what I'd also like to have someone with me.
Do you have a digital recorder? I can
No,
go ahead and
I
give you
don't.
a copy of our conversation if you like.
No, I really need to have a conversation. Just to
Wait,
have
what's
someone
that?
with you. I really need to have
That's
someone
fine.
with you.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Bring one
They're, well,
person.
they're taking they're taking down the.
Some integrity in how we actually do our interviews and stuff. I'm more than happy to take a complaint. This is what we do, but having it out here is kind of outside of our norm, and having all these people around, it's actually also outside of the norm. Okay.
Okay.
So if you'd like for me to go ahead and start it here, I can go
Yeah,
ahead
I
and
would
start it here.
prefer that.
if you'd
Thank
like.
you.
Okay. If you don't mind, I'm going to have my partner hold my recorder. But I just want to go ahead and state that today is 11:30, 2011. It's approximately 13:50 hours. We're out here in front of 250 Frank Flower Plaza, speaking with complainant. What is your name?
Sri
ma'am?
Louise.
Cherie Louise? Okay. And I'm Officer Chavria, 8677, and with me is Officer.
Lao 8746.
Thank you. Do you mind holding that for me, Officer?
So you're an officer or you an assistant?
No.
What exactly? So yeah, I thought he was your assistant, but
No,
he's,
no, no, no,
he's
no.
an officer.
He's an officer. Okay. We're both officers.
Can you just say what your name is and your badge number so I also have that on file?
Absolutely.
Great.
My name is Officer Chavria, and my badge number is 8677. And
Officer Lao 8746.
this is yours, ma'am. This is you.
I wasn't cited, so that is me.
Last name C-O-L-E-S. This is your current address, 915 First Street.
Yes.
Ma'am, do you have a phone number that we can go ahead and put on record for you?
Thank you.
No
I
cell
came
phone
like
number,
in the
no
middle of
nothing?
reporting a police complaint here in Oakland. Okay, bye.
Can I get the gentleman's name? That's
Edwin Rutsch, R-U-T-S-C-H,
I'm sorry. Are you?
R-U-T-S-C-H.
Thank you, sir. And your first
Sure.
name?
Edwin,
Do you mind if I get your date of birth?
11/6/55.
Thank you. And I just want to document who else is here with us. while
Yeah,
I take
that's
your
it. This
complaint.
is the info.
May I
Want
keep
more?
this?
Yes, that's for you.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, sir, were you also witness to what?
Not the full. I came in a little late,
Okay,
so.
just here to document what's going on here. What happened now?
So we were asked whether we had a permit or not.
Okay.
And the issue with the permit was that yesterday when Darren came out to speak to us about the necessity of having a permit, even though we had been out here for 6 days, and Darren had been out here on day 1 and didn't instruct us that we needed a permit, and Mayor Kwan had been here on Friday and spoke with us and never told us that we needed a permit, they decided to enforce a permit yesterday. And so we went ahead and got a permit, but in speaking with Darren, there were issues around whether we would want to actually get a permit and go through whatever the bureaucracy was around that. And
Right.
Darren assured us that, oh no, you wouldn't have to come in every day. We could give you an extended permit. Yeah, there's no fee. We'll work it all out. You know, we just need to have you go through and do that.
Right.
So we went ahead and did that yesterday.
Okay.
And they only granted us yesterday a permit for yesterday because Arturo, who was the person who would then be saying if the canopy was okay or not, was nowhere to be found and was not available. And so that was the excuse that we were given as to why we were only given a permit for the day. Now,
Okay.
given the nature of events, given sort of who we are as a community at the Interfaith Tent, given our discussions with the city, we never ever thought that when we came back today to actually apply for the permit and receive the permit, that our permit would be halfway denied. And so we've been permitted the right to be here because, of course, you can't tell the public that they can't be here. But in fact, the permit, which is why we've been asked to get the permit, was because of the canopy, and because the canopy then suggested that there was an encroachment problem, except for we're taking up the same amount of space and the exact same space that we did with the canopy. We have been denied the canopy. And we've been denied the canopy without anyone ever instructing us why the canopy has been denied. Now, our permit was sitting in City Hall because the woman who came out to apply for the permit today could not be here when we actually came to set up. But the permit was in City Hall. So our member, David, had to go to City Hall, but the police, having only been communicated so much, enough to come out here and tell us to take it down, couldn't say, like, well, you have a permit. Like, they didn't even know what the permit situation was. And so when I asked them why, I don't even know that the permit has been denied. And I don't know what on grounds.
Do you have any copies of any of this so I can go
I
ahead
have
and add
now.
it to your
I
case?
have now. I only have now a copy of the permit that David had to go in after Darren denied talking to me when the police officer called him, and after denied seeing me when I went to the building. So I have an immediate problem of which the city is not working with me, and we are working with the city. And so in complying with the city, I can't tell you the level of frustration and betrayal that I actually feel.
I understand. Now let me just clarify with you, ma'am. Is your complaint against the city or is it against the police officers who are trying to enforce?
I guess probably the complaint is against the city and the police enforcing what is a very confusing situation that the city is insisting upon.
Okay.
I believe that's today.
All right. Do you mind if I go to the office and actually take a copy of this so I can add it onto your file?
Okay, and then you'll bring it back to me.
I'll bring it right back to you. Our office is right over here.
Okay.
Like I said, you're more than welcome to walk down
Yeah,
there
no,
with us.
I'd rather just stay here and have this conversation here.
You want a copy of that?
This is from yesterday.
I'll take that too.
Okay.
You want me to make the copy?
Sure. Don't mind.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I'll send a copy of this. Thank you so much. So just to go ahead and confirm, your concern is with the city and with the officers whom are trying to enforce what is going on today.
Right, because
Right,
I don't understand what they're trying to enforce.
Okay.
So I've been denied a canopy, and I don't know under what grounds I have been denied that. And no one will come out and speak to us, to work with us, to even describe on what grounds that has been denied.
Is there anyone in particular that you want to speak to?
I would love to speak with Arturo. I would love Darren down here, and I'd actually love the mayor to come down here.
Who's Arturo?
I don't know. I don't know. He works somewhere.
What's his
he
function?
works.
What does he do?
I don't even know. But he was the person yesterday. He works in the city.
Okay.
And I don't know what his job is.
Okay. And how about Aaron?
Who?
Can we ask?
Yeah, so this is sort of a private situation. Yeah.
Are you taking care of the complaints then?
I'm taking care of this complaint, and I'll talk to you when it's finished. So we.
All right, I'm going to go in Maria's.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just want to kind of understand who Darren is. Do you have a last name for Darren?
Darren, his last name is on those sheets, and because of the handwriting, I can't make it out.
Okay.
But he's also someone who works with the city, and he was out here on the very first day, which was last Tuesday.
Okay.
And he asked us what we were doing, and we told him what we were doing, and he was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to call and see if that's okay. And he made a call. We saw him on the phone over there, and he never came back. But he comes back 5 days or 6 days later after a press release has gone out for a vigil with a teepee. And so my concern is that there is a very insistent repressive movement going on behalf of the city against our First Amendment rights for free speech, to exercise religion, free religion, and I'm extremely concerned about that.
Okay.
So this is a complaint that I have to file against the city, and that I will continue on a daily basis to be out here. And now I'm sort of revolutionized as to speak out way more than I previously had done here.
Okay. I completely understand. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and document on what your concerns.
Okay.
And I also want to tell you the two different ways that we handle complaints here in internal affairs. I want to let you know that I will document the concerns that you have against the city and the issues with the permit, but really our function here is an administrative function to go ahead and deal with the officers.
Okay.
Now, you said that your concern
I don't have so much a problem with the officers, other than the situation, which is what I've seen with the officers, and what they've done today is they seem to overstep their legal boundaries, and they do that well. They do that by, instead of citing me, telling me I need a permit, and then either saying we're taking it down or you need to take it down. And I'm like, that's not the law. The legal process is, if I don't have a permit and you see that I don't have a permit, you have to cite me. So I had to request a citation. They didn't go through that process, and that's something that as an activist I recognize. So that also happened on the 25th here. There's no process of any, so you go from a dispersal order to tear gas. Whatever happened to, like, we're going to make arrests or something. There's intermediary steps that the police no longer have to abide by, and as a citizen, that is a huge concern to me.
I understand. Okay, so just want to go ahead and confirm, is there any one officer in particular, or is it just
I
in
have
general?
2 officers,
Okay.
and so these were the 2 that were first here.
Thank you.
Officer Romero.
And just to reiterate, ma'am, can you let
Yeah,
this
can you
gentleman
please,
know?
we're having, thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So Officer Romero, I guess his badge is 587, and Nguyen, I don't know that that's how you, Nguyen.
And that's today.
Yeah, so this is kind of a private situation. And his badge number is 933.
Okay, Officer Romero's was.
Is 587.
Get your papers back.
Thank you.
So we'll go ahead and document all this, but I do want to let you know how we handle complaints here in Internal Affairs.
Okay.
Like I said, we're an administrative unit that looks into police misconduct. So I'm going to document all of that in these 2 programs. We have an informal complaint resolution. You kind of look at it while I'm going over it with you. It's a process that may be used to informally address service complaints or minor acts of alleged misconduct against departmental personnel that doesn't necessarily indicate a pattern of misconduct. Okay. And with this particular methodology, the personnel involved do not receive formal discipline.
Right,
Okay?
I know, because they're sort of immune to all of that.
Well, not necessarily.
Well,
immune,
for the
but-
most part, I've also been struck by the OPD.
Okay.
And that officer was also never disciplined. So I'm quite
Is
familiar.
that a case that has already been investigated by the Internal Affairs?
Well, no, I don't think I'm not even quite sure the Internal Affairs ever did anything about that. That was the court situation in 2003.
Oh, did you let anybody know at that given point in time?
I sued the city.
Okay, so we are aware of it.
Right, oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. And then we have the formal complaint and investigation process here. And pretty much what that means is an internal investigation that normally takes about 120 days. And once it is complete, it's reviewed by the chief of police.
Okay.
And once that happens, members of the employees of the department who are found to have behaved inappropriately may receive discipline based on the seriousness of the misconduct.
Okay.
How do you want to see this handled today?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm just addressing my civil liberties as it pertains to how the police enforce what those are.
Okay, all right. I totally understand, but I do want to let you know that we have to let you know how we handle our procedures here. Then we have another way that you can actually go and look into also. We have the CPRB. They're an entity outside of the Oakland Police Department that also takes complaints. And you're more than welcome to give them a call. They conduct parallel investigations with ours, but they don't necessarily have to come up with the same findings, though. Okay. We're sworn police officers, and they're not. They work for the mayor. We work for the chief of police. And it has some information in here in regards to them, so you can go ahead and look into this too. Okay. Oh, sorry, I just ripped it free. I can get you another one if you'd like. Okay. So you can express your concerns with them also. Okay. Like I said, you don't need to because we're going to already do our own investigation, but it's your right to know, and that's why I'm giving you that information. Do you have anything else that you want to add at this point in time?
No, just other than that increasing concern because the Interfaith tent has been here for 7 days, and so I was also present to the porta potty situation of which the permit issue comes up but a citation is not given, and then the police act in a way that's extremely confrontational, and the city, both the police department and the city, should be really concerned about how the police are handling these types of situations.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Okay,
I don't have anything else, of course. Now, if you should have any other concerns or...
Can you just hold that? Okay, so we're here in the city, permit department, looking to get a day-long permit to set up a canopy in the Civic Center Park. Frank Ogalla Park, Civic Center Park. And so you have to kind of go through this kind of process here of filling out a form, and then haven't done the process yet. But I'm with Shri, and she's done the process. So we're going to see about getting 2 permits.
I haven't done the process yet.
Oh, you haven't done it?
No, it's
okay.
always been someone else who's done it.
Oh, this is the first time?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see how
So-
it goes. Maybe we'll educate people here on how to do it.
Right. Well, that's actually really great that
Uh-huh.
we're doing it, and because then I can tell people really how to do it. But Reverend Debbie Lee did it for us yesterday and today.
What is this building even? What building are we in?
It's 250 something.
250 something.
It's the Frank Ogawa Plaza, 250.
All the rotisserie chickens in Oakland. I'm gonna take all of the rotisserie spinner around. I'm gonna